back to my channel. In today's tutorial, we are going to dive into file handling. By the end of this video, you will know how to read from and write to the file using Python. File handling is an essential skill for any programmer. Whether you are working with data files, configuration files, or logs, knowing how to read and write files will make your programs more versatile and powerful. So to start with, let me open my Visual Studio. And here I have created a Python file in which I am using open function to create the file name example.txt. As you can see here, and W mode means we are opening the file for write mode. So let me tell you more about the modes that we have is we have basically 6 to 7 modes in Python for file handling. So first one is R mode, which is read mode, W is write mode, A which is append mode, R plus which is read and write mode, W plus which is write and read mode, A plus which is append and read mode. Now let's move back to our program. So in this, if the file already exists example.txt, it will be overwritten by this command. After writing some text, we can close the file using .close method, right? So now let's try to execute this program and see how it goes. See, the moment I executed the program, there is one more example.txt file which is created, and the text is same as what we mentioned here. Now let's learn how to read from a file. Let me create another file as read.py. in which I will be using file open example.txt. I will be using the same file which we created, and the mode that I'm going to use is R mode, which is read mode. Content file.read print content, and again I have to close the file. So here we open example.txt in read mode using this R keyword. We use the read mode method to read the entire contents of the file and store it in a variable. Then we print the content and close the file. Now let's run this and see how it goes. It should give me the output. See, if you see the console, the contents of example files are printed, which was as expected. Now what if we want only to read the file line by line? Let's create another Python script, because in the read.py you have seen it has printed all the content of the file, whatever it is in example.txt. Now let's see if we want to print it line by line. Same way, I will initialize, I will open the file in read mode example.txt, and the mode will be read mode for line in file, and I'm going to print line and file.close. So I'm going to face line by line.py. In this code, we open the file in read mode and use a for loop to iterate through each line in the file. So the end equals to this quotes parameter in the print function ensures that we don't get extra new lines in our output. Now let's try to save and run this code. Now we see the contents of the line file by line by line. The output may look similar, but it has printed line by line. Now let's try to append a file using append mode, which was A. Let me create another file as append.py. In the same way, I will open a file in A mode, which is append mode. /n, I'm adding \n at the end of the file to just add a next new line. File.close, and that's it. Let me save it. It should be equals to, there was a typo. In this code, we open example.txt file in append mode using A. The mode places the file pointer at the end of the file, so the new text is added without overwriting the existing content. So if I have used W, then it would have overwritten the contents of example.txt, but here A means like the cursor will be at the end of the file, so it will append the text that I am going to write it here. Now let's run this code and check the contents of example.txt. Save it and run it. So now let me open example.txt. So see, if I have opened example.txt and this line is appended to the file, which is as expected. Finally, let's talk about using the with statement for handling. This method is preferred because it ensures that the file is properly closed after its suit's finished, even if any exception is raised. So just to open, let me save a new file as I will name it at with.py. Example.txt. Mode here I will give read mode as file. Here we are using the with statement to open the file. Inside the with block, we read and print the content of the file. The file is automatically closed when we exit the block in this scenario. Now let's run this code and see. The file is executed and it is automatically closed. So we don't have to use .close method to close the file explicitly. And it will make our code cleaner and safer. So that's it. You have learned how to handle files in Python, including the different file modes. You know how to open the file for reading and writing, read lines by line, append to a file, and use with statement for better file management. If you found this tutorial helpful, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more such tutorials.